Coinbase versus SEC oral arguments with Judge Fila in 2 days, less than 2 days right now. I'm not saying it's a big deal. I'm saying it's a massive deal. I'm saying this is like the biggest deal in all of crypto this year. It really is. In all of my time in crypto, this is like the biggest deal. SEC doesn't have the law on their side. In this video, I'm actually going to break down some things pertaining to the actual oral arguments coming up, but we're going to look at XRP charts, in particular what happened when it was declared not a security. And I'm going to look at ADA charts and talk about what could potentially happen on some of these altcoin charts, ADA in particular in this video, if the judge rules in favor of Coinbase. This is such a big deal for all of crypto, especially this time around. We are approaching the Bitcoin halving. So please hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's just jump into the video. So I'm going to cover this thread by Jeremy Hogan, another brilliant legal mind in crypto, tracked the Ripple case very, very brilliantly. But this was Meta Lawman just earlier today, only 22 days after SEC permitted Coinbase to go public. SEC permitted Coinbase to go public, everybody. The exchanges, he testified, the exchanges trading these crypto assets don't have regulatory framework either at SEC or CFTC. And then 2 years later, the SEC sues Coinbase for failure to come in and register. That's one thing that Gary has going against him. And as you know, I've been tracking a lot of the different things that I think Gary has going against him. He's been on video stating 75% of crypto are non-securities. He's been on video pumping Algorand as a great technology, amongst other things. He has basically said SEC has no regulatory authority over crypto exchanges, testifying before Congress. All of these different things. I don't know if you remember, but back in August, this was August 30th, I did a post. Huge news for ADA holders and altcoin holders, pay attention. In a recent dismissal order involving Uniswap, this was just in August, Uniswap users and their claims of falling victim to scam tokens, Judge Fila, the same judge presiding over the Coinbase SEC case, made a statement that we should all be paying attention to. She declared Ethereum and Bitcoin as crypto commodities. That's another thing. That's a big thing. Jeremy Hogan over here. He says, motions to dismiss are rarely granted, so I wasn't expecting much. However, I just looked at a prior order on a motion to dismiss from the same judge in a crypto case, and this might be closer than I originally thought. Back in August 2023, the Coinbase judge dismissed a lawsuit against Uniswap for sale of scam tokens. Admittedly, the decentralized nature of the exchange played a large role, which we don't have in the Coinbase case, but check it out. There are a couple of important things that the judge stated in her order that Coinbase have got to like, and I'm sure they do. First, she calls Ether a crypto commodity. Could that just be lazy writing? Possibly, but the judge was very aware of the difference between a security commodity, so I doubt it. And it goes on. Check this. Second, the judge states that Congress and the courts, this is probably a bigger deal, Congress and the courts haven't made a determination whether crypto tokens are securities or commodities. And this is still the case. There was a case back in August when she was presiding over the Uniswap case, and this is the case right now. Congress and the courts haven't made a determination whether crypto tokens are securities or commodities. This plays well with Coinbase's argument that the SEC is overstepping its enforcement authority and that Congress must be involved first. Based on this, judge's prior dismissal of the Uniswap case, her clear understanding of the technology, I'm telling you, everybody, she's been researching this stuff. She knows what's up. Her finding that ETH is a commodity and acknowledgement that Congress should be involved in this process. I'll be very interested to see how this plays out. So Meta Lawman as well, saying a ruling right away, on Wednesday, probably not going to happen, but within a few months. Who knows? It could be weeks. It could be days. I have no idea. Nobody really does, but this is massive. I think back, and what's so ironic, and I say this time and time again, in the pre-motion hearing in this case, at the same day, around the same time, while Coinbase SEC are in court, the other judge in the Ripple case was basically ruling XRP not a security. Now let's look at XRP. This is a daily chart. This is what XRP did off of that news. 100% pump. 100% pump in July of 2023. First thing I just want to note, pumped and then it fell all the way back down to that level. I want to really point that out, what happened here. But I want to also point out, July 2023, if we go to a Bitcoin chart, and this is our roadmap for Bitcoin cycles, crypto cycles, bull markets, all of that stuff, that good stuff, right? If we're thinking about, well, on this chart, where's July? Right here, right? So crypto, the Bitcoin, crypto, all of this, still a ways away from basically, if I can find it on this chart, I don't have it up, May, April, the Bitcoin halving. Still a ways away, right? And as we know, bull markets are more in this area. And right now, markets are closer, right? We've come closer. Crypto is way more bullish as we enter 2024 than we were back in that time. So I want to point that out as we're looking at the XRP chart. But nonetheless, this is the XRP chart. XRP absolutely exploded. It went from basically chilling around 46, 47 cents to wicking up to 93 cents, right? It doubled. You go to XRP over here in terms of market cap, at least in terms of the coin market cap data, it was at $24 billion market cap and it pumped up to $42 billion market cap, right? So, and note that it was at 24 billion. Let's go look at ADA. This is ADA, and let's change it to a daily. Actually, let's go over here. Before we even do that, let's just go over here. It's consolidating here on the weekly, right? And if we look at ADA, go to CoinMarketCap, it's 18 billion, right? So interesting to actually even just note that XRP before it took off 24 billion, ADA right now, and I'm not saying, this is speculative. What could happen to ADA and really a lot of the altcoins, especially the ones listed in this complaint? What could happen? What if it pulled? What if these altcoins pulled a move like that? 100% move, right? Especially because we're in a more bullish environment than we were back in the summer. Bitcoin ETFs just got approved. Many people are anticipating 2024 to be the beginning of a bull, right? So going back here, $18 billion market cap. Right now, ADA is around 52 cents. So just to give you an idea, a move, let's just call it 100% move like XRP, speculative. Maybe it'll only be 30%, right? Maybe it'll be 50%, but I'm just using this XRP move to give a sense. We're back above $1. We're right around $1. And what's so interesting to me about this is if we go actually to a daily chart that we've been tracking lately, we have all of this room that we've been doing from a speculative scenario, right? We've had this speculative ascending triangle even. And I don't know if this is going to play out already. This is what I do in my own time. I'm just sharing it with you. This isn't like me calling this. But right now we're anticipating consolidation for ADA. And it could be sideways and drawn out a little bit, even in this triangle. What if this triangle plays out, right? A lot of volatility, but just look at this. This is a daily zoomed out. The apex of this triangle leads us right into March, right? So January, February, March, we're right around this like 3-month area where we might get a ruling somewhere in this triangle, right? And just notice the breakout out of this triangle, if it plays out, is like around $1.15 to $1.20. That's if we get this formation. We still need another touch to the upper end. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe ADA doesn't even form the speculative triangle and ADA and crypto just starts falling and ADA is at like 36 cents. And then maybe there's like this great ruling and then ADA pumps and we're back up here, right? I don't know. I really don't know how it's going to play out. But what I can say is we are in such a good time for this case to finally get resolved or hopefully get resolved and hopefully get clarity. Because if you remember, there's a bunch of options that could potentially happen. Judge denies the Coinbase motion. Judge grants Coinbase's motion with prejudice, means the entire case is dismissed. That would be phenomenal, potentially that 100% pump scenario. Judge 3 grants motion without prejudice, and then SEC gets a chance to amend the complaint, or judge grants motion with respect to claims relating to 13 crypto tokens, but denies with respect to staking service. So a bunch of things could play out. And depending on which one plays out, will depend on the length of this, right? This first option, judge denies the Coinbase motion. This could go into a long case, kind of like we had in Ripple, over a year or more, right? So a lot of things could happen, but I will say, based on all of the data I've collected, I just think Judge Fila understands the law here. And I think she understands crypto here. We have all of these things that are stacking up against SEC. Jeremy Hogan just broke it down really nice. And this was today. This was hours ago. I'm trying to be very, I'm not trying to, obviously you and I want the case to be dismissed. but I'm trying to be objective and not let that just cloud my thinking here and just only talk about the hopium scenarios. But I'm truly looking at the data and I'm just like, I think SEC has it pretty tough. So I'm kind of like Jeremy right now, where he ends this thread saying, I'll be very interested to see how this plays out. That's how I am. And what could happen on the charts, we've seen what happens on a case like this. And I truly think at this time of the cycle, this is so big for crypto as a whole. Outside of what we see happen on the charts, this is speaking to the clarity that we all need in this space and the stepping stones in terms of trying to find that clarity via courts and Congress. This would be, in this case, the courts. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. I told you I'd be covering this a lot this week. I know I just did a video about this the other day, but Jeremy Hogan, his perspective now, and I also wanted to just integrate the charts a little bit into this because I think, everybody's watching these things. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, everybody. I appreciate you cruising through. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.